So I'm going to make some Weight Watchers Thyme and Polenta biscuits, but I'm not going to use thyme, I'm just going to use the polenta. So what I need first is 80 grams of reduced fat oil spread. I'm using this one here. Then we need a half a cup of caster sugar. So this is half caster sugar and half of this baking blend because I ran out of caster sugar, so I did a bit of a blend mix here, but regardless it is 110 grams. Then we need to get 1 egg, 1 cup of plain flour, 110 grams of instant polenta, I'm just using this one here, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 65 grams or half a cup of dried craisins, which I've got here. I'm just using these ones here, the reduced sugar dried craisins. And you're supposed to have, like I said, 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme, but I'm deciding not to add that to my ingredients list today. So what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 160 degrees Fahrenheit or 380 Celsius. Line 2 baking trays with baking paper or whatever you would normally use, a baking sheet for your cookies. And the first thing we're going to do is use an electric beater to beat the spread and the sugar together in a bowl until it becomes thick and creamy. So you're just going to go ahead, place your butter and your sugar in a bowl and give it a good mix up. I have used my electric mixer to whip this up until it is nice and fluffy. Now what you're going to do is add your egg and give it a good beat up again until it's well combined. And then it says you're going to fold in your flour. And a half a cup of the polenta, leaving 1/3 of a cup behind. So I have 1/3 of a cup here. So I'm just going to roughly pour it in, that will do. And the rest I'm going to pour in here. You're going to add in your baking soda. And at this point in time, you're also going to add your cranberries. And then you're just going to gently fold all of that around. Now I'm just going to pour this polenta in a larger bowl because you're going to roll your dough mixture into it. Now this mixture looks fairly wet. I have made this mixture before, but I can't remember what the consistency was like because it's been about a year since I've made it. But it does say, roll the balls in the polenta to coat and place on prepared trays about 3 centimeters apart. Using the palm of your hand, gently flatten the balls. Alright. Actually, they're not that runny once you get it going. And you just gently roll it in the polenta, pop it on your tray and gently flatten out. So I'm just going to continue doing that. I'm using flat. So I'll just continue making balls. It says it will make 40. I don't know if I'm making them too big. If I am, that's all right. I'm just going to amend the points. I'm just gently using a fork to press these down. And they are ready for the oven. So this is what they turned out like. I actually got 30 biscuits instead of the 40, so I will have to amend my points and I will pop it on the screen once I work it out in the recipe builder. They smell good and they taste great.